The Lord sent me on here to tell you that the grass still grows. While I was on my prayer walk earlier, He immediately took my eyes to all of the grass that was in the field and how it was still flourishing, how it was still green. No matter the state of the weather, no matter the state of the world, it was still growing. In some areas, it was breaking through the concrete, and flowers were even budding and blooming on this grass that they tried to suppress at one time. My God, they poured concrete over it, and yet it is prevailing through the concrete because the Lord thy God takes care of it. According to Matthew 6 and 30, there are things that the Lord has promised you. There's things that He wants you to put your faith toward. You may not have the currency, but He's saying that you have the faith for it. If you just begin to look at things the way that He's looking at it, He's saying, now I want you to tap back into that childlike faith that you had when you used to play in the grass. He began to remind me of how I used to play in the grass, and I used to imagine that I was on wild safaris and how I used to explore the grounds. Some parts of the grass was my kitchen. Some parts of the grass was my living room. Some parts of the grass I was taking flight. Some parts of the grass I was on stage and I was having whole symphonies. It was just me and the field of grass and my imagination. And the Lord is saying, how much more can I make these things happen in your life if you just tap into that little girl, that little boy that you were, and you allowed yourself to dream. You allowed yourself to dream bigger than the things that were standing in front of you. You allowed yourself to dream, oh yeah, yeah, according to the visions that I gave you. And nobody could tell you that you wasn't out in the safari. Nobody could tell you that you wasn't in your own backyard. Nobody could tell you, my God, today, nobody could tell you that the things that you dreamed up that were happening in that field of grass weren't the things that were happening. He said, I need you to get such a belief about the things that I'm showing you. If I told you to move to a new city, it's because I'm providing for you there. You don't have to try to figure out how you're going to get there. You don't have to try to figure out how you're going to sustain yourself. You don't have to try to figure any of these things out. Just imagine with me for a little while. Just dream bigger than your current circumstance. See it the way that I see it. Allow me to take you up in a vision and give you Utiri or Shaya a full scope of the land, because His ways are not our ways and His thoughts are not our thoughts. They're so much higher than anything that we could think of, imagine. So how much more could you believe if you allow Him to shape your vision into what He sees? Listen, the Lord is saying for somebody out there, the grass still grows. The grass still grows. In the same way that He provides for them, it's the same way that He is itching to provide for you in Jesus' name. Listen, if this was your word, drop in the comments, the grass still grows, and share this with 3 people who needs this encouragement. And I'll see you next time.